Thank you for joining me again. My channel, The Hair Junkie. My name is Christy. So I'm going to do something a little bit different than hair today. I was talking in my previous video how if you hear me talking a little bit funny or it sounds like I'm lispy, today is I've had these Byte aligners in my mouth now for just over 24 hours. That's the aligners. I've got a little bit of pressure, a little bit of pain today, but a little story. When I was 20, when I was 20, I actually had braces. I had such a big overbite that the orthodontist told me that there's only so much that he could do. I would always have an overbite, but at least we'd get my teeth straight, and I was fine with that. Wore my retainers for 20 years, and I didn't know at the time that you were supposed to go back and keep getting your retainers adjusted. I had the one with the metal wire across the top and bottom. So then I was interested in Invisalign. And I don't want to bash any one company. That's not what I'm trying to do. I really want to bring information so that if you're interested, that you make a, informed decision. You have all the information that you need. And I know that there are a ton of videos talking about, Byte, Invisalign, Smile Direct. So this is just my story. So I told my husband I was interested in Invisalign, and at the time, this was 5 years ago, I think now. At the time, I didn't realize that there was a difference between the different, there's a platinum, which is like the best, there's a silver, a gold, and that's based on how many cases and how familiar that they are with Invisalign. So the dentist that I went to, there was like some sort of code or something my husband found on his website. He was about a 45-minute drive away, went and did the consult. Everything sounded amazing. So I said, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. And Invisalign is the same amount as braces. So it was about $5,000. I ended up having a lot of attachments, a lot of IPR. That's the interproximal reduction, where they have to shave down in between your teeth. And the dentist that day was telling me that he had never had to do that much IPR or attachments. I was like, okay, well, here I am, I'm your first. I'm all about people getting exposure and practice and whatever, that's how you become better. So I ended up doing, I think it was it's almost a year worth of trays. At that time, you weren't such an amount every week, you were such an amount every 2 weeks. So I think I had 40 trays, something like that. I kept losing attachments. Like every week I'd go back, and then he ended up disclosing that he wasn't using the stuff that Invisalign sent him or recommends, that he was just using what he would use to fill a tooth. Oh my God, what? And at the time, I also didn't know that if you weren't happy with your provider, that you could get a hold of Invisalign and switch over to another provider, and they would switch your case over. But the thing with Invisalign is that nobody ever reached out to me. I never had to upload pictures. I never had a representative say, hey, how are things going? Are you happy with your provider? Are you happy with, your smile, how things are going? So the end of that first round, I guess my agreement when I agreed to do the Invisalign with him was I could get one refinement. So my teeth were looking okay, but I had this one tooth, my eye tooth on my right side, that was still way up, and this side kind of dipped in and was higher. So my teeth kind of went at an angle. He said, all right, you can go ahead and do that. And I was scared because I was like, what if I do this one last set of retainers and I'm not happy and I spend all that money? But, I was like, whatever, prayed, please, Lord up above, let this turn out to be good, because this is a lot of money. And got to the end of my treatment, my bite wasn't right. Every time I had lost attachments, he was shaving my actual tooth down and re-putting it on. So looking back, if you're shaving your tooth down, your trays aren't going to fit right, because they're molded to your teeth. And he didn't have the scanner thing. I was doing the, impressions. They were getting sent out, so the turnaround time was a long time. Anyway, Byte's off. The first set of retainers I get with the metal across. I did the Hollies again. I woke up in the middle of the night, like a month having them, and the wire had broken off. It was in my mouth. Another drive out there. The amount of my money I spent, gas money, doing like a 2-hour drive, like weekly, on top of my job, ridiculous. Anyway, fast forward a year after I had my Invisalign done, I was telling my husband, my bite's not right, I'm getting headaches. I reached out to Invisalign. They were like, well, what we can do is give you $1,000, but you have to go to a orthodontist that's in our network, and he has to be like a platinum, whatever the highest tier was. I said, done. So I went and talked to him, and he was like, yeah, absolutely, I see your concerns. He actually had the scanner, scanned it. We would do like 12 trays at a time. I did this for 2 years. My bite was still off, and he said, well, it's because of your bone formation or something. I was like, this side's still up, it kind of swoops in. My bottom teeth kind of like, and they're up higher. The teeth that are higher on the bottom, I don't know what they're called, are literally right up against these teeth, like pushing. So I just decided to, at Christmas time, they were doing some sort of special with Byte, like get $350 off. I said, you know what, let me see, because they have different payment plans, and it's supposed to be super affordable, way cheaper than braces. So I got it yesterday. This is the box they came in, and I had a representative reaching out to me. My first set of molds impressions that I did weren't good. They sent me out a new kit for free. The second set was good. So in the box, you get these 2 boxes. I just took one out. In total, I'll have 24 aligners, which is quite a bit when you think about having done 2 completely different rounds of Invisalign with attachments. So you get these chewies. This is some of the stuff I never got with Invisalign. You can do one on each side. That just helps seat the retainers so that they're fitting properly. They also gave you this thing so that you can, when you go to take your pictures. And then they sent me my first 14 aligners. So when I'm on the 13th step, I have to fill out a form. They have you upload pictures. There's an app that's amazing. If you're having any issues, you can reach out to somebody. That app, you can set reminders for when you're supposed to switch out your retainers. You switch them out once a week as long as everything's fitting fine. The other thing that you get, give me 1 second, I gotta go grab it. All right, so you get this cool little thing called a Byte. It sends tiny pulses up to your teeth that helps everything move correctly the way that it's supposed to. You literally hit this button, turn it on, and you don't have to put pressure. It's like you're just enough pressure to keep it in your mouth. It's for 5 minutes. You can do that as much as you want. It helps with pain, discomfort. Came with a little file in case you get your retainers and there's some sharp edges, and the cutest little case to store your retainers in. How cute is that? I never had any of this stuff when I had Invisalign. So I actually did a check-in yesterday on the app. They had me upload some pictures with my retainers in so that you can see how they fit. So I'm super excited. I do have a link, so if anybody's interested, if you click on the link, you get, instead of the impression kit being $100, I believe it's like 15 or 12. You also get a percentage off if you go ahead and sign up. If you have any questions, comments, anything, just leave them down below, and I'll be happy to answer the best I can. I think going through traditional braces and two complete separate Invisalign, and now doing this, I think I have quite a bit of experience in this. But yeah, like I said, not to bash any companies, I don't know, I feel like the way that this treatment plan is set up and having the app and getting, this thing in itself, like, to help with the pain and help everything fit correctly and to help your teeth shift and move, so that the retainers are gonna, fit, keep you on track. I'm impressed so far. All right, guys.